Hi everyone, here's a helper video to make this second parametric object. The first one being that backwards L. And the first thing I want to say about this one is that this is it's just a messy, quick, hand-drawn item, obviously. And when we actually draw this corner, this fillet here, isn't going to look as, that radius looks really big right there, and it's going to be a smaller, tighter radius. It's just going to be like a little, a little cut out of the corner. It's not going to look exactly like this at all, because look, the radius here is the fillet is half of the hole's diameter, right? So this has a lesser curvature. This has a lesser radius. Sorry, so it's got a tighter curvature than this hole. So it's not going to look quite like this, but just a heads up on that. Now, what we're going to do is create a document. And let's just, I don't know what to call this thing. How about just Parametric Part 2? Parametric Part 2. And hit OK. And again, we've got to set our variable before we start drawing. Right? Before we start drawing, I'm going to go here and choose variable. And what do I know? Well, the width is 4 inches. The width is 4. So I'm going to call that variable W. And I'm going to set it at 4. I'm going to set it at 4 inches. And that's that. Right? It shows up right here. # W equals 4 inches. Now I can start my sketch. Right? Sketch on which plane? Front plane in this case here. And the first thing I'm going to draw is that 4-inch line. So I'm going to choose my line tool, go to the origin, and just go 4 inches this way. Right? And again, the gray box is indicating that it's waiting for a dimension. And I'm going to fake it out by hitting a 1 and then deleting it and writing hashtag or # W. Right? Enter. Right? And there's my 4 inches. There's my 4-inch line. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. And going out, and oops, look right at the front again. And let's see, what else do we have? The height is 3/4 of the width. Okay, well there's h over here. So I'm going to get this thing vertical, some arbitrary length. It's waiting for input. Give it a 1, back out, and I'm going to write, well, it's going to be hashtag W. It's going to be that width. So what is it? Let's see. It's the height is 3/4 of the width. So it's just the width times open parentheses 3/4. Enter. There it goes. Okay, that's 3/4 of 4. Good. Pan down here a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the full 4 over. I'm going to go all the way over. Right, I'm going to go all the way over, but I'm going to do it parametrically just to make sure. I don't think I have to do this, but I'm going to 1, back out, hashtag width. It's the same, up W. It's the same. All right, and so it goes to there, and then I'm going to bring it right down, and this is going to be well, it's currently 3. I'm going to hit same thing, hashtag W, and that's the height. So times 3/4 times 3/4. So that's 3/4 of the width. Enter. Ooh, I don't like all that red. I wonder if I did something wrong. Let's find out. Sketch could not be solved. Okay, let me back out of that last one. Let's just leave it here. Let's just leave it here. We connected that, and since we have not defined this line's length, I think as the rest changes, this will change with it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is that fillet. Let's see. The fillet is half of the hole's diameter. Oh, and the whole diameter is 1/4 of the width. Okay. Well, let's do the fillet, right? So I'm going to, am I still sketching? Yes, I am. Right, so let's go here to the fillet tool. I'm going to choose this corner, and it puts in a little value there. I'm going to double click on that value, and right now it's a 1/4 inch fillet. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to write hashtag width. So there's the width. Now, what do we have to do here? The whole diameter is 1/4 of the width. Okay, so hashtag W times 1/4, 0.25. Right, so there's 1/4 of the width. The diameter of the hole is 1/4 of the width, and the fillet is half of the diameter. So there's the hole's diameter, and we want half of this value. So times 0.5. I don't think that's a 0. Times 0.5. Good, there it is. Like I said, it's a tighter curvature than the drawing. Now just that hole, okay? So let's go to the circle tool, and I'm going to just stretch it out. All my tools are missing. There they are, right? And the circle tool, I'm just going to put a circle right there, and right here it says the hole's diameter is 1/4 of the width. Okay, the hole's diameter is oops, shoot. Sorry about that. I've got to go to dimension. I just backed out of there. Dimension this guy here. I don't know why it's not taking here. There it is. All right. So the hole's dimension is the hole's diameter is 1/4 of the width. Okay, so this is just hashtag W. Hashtag W. There's the width, and it's 1/4 times 0.25 or 1/4. 0.25. So there's my proper hole, and it also says here the hole is dead center, right? So let's stay with the dimension tool. If the hole is dead center, then the distance between here and here is going to be half the width, right? That's going to be half the width. So this is hashtag W over 2, or times 0.5, either way, right? And that'll put it centered that way. And the same thing the other way, up and down axis, right? The distance between here and here, well, that's going to be hashtag W. Hashtag W. So the full height is 3/4 of the width. So hashtag W times 3/4, or 0.75, 3/4. There's the height, right? There's the actual, that's that value right there. But I want it to be not that full value, right? I don't place it up here. I want it to be halfway there. So here's the full height, which is 3/4 of the width. So I'm just going to times by 0.5. So I put it halfway, times by 0.5. And that should place it dead center. And there it is. Okay, I'm done with my sketch. All we need now is the depth. And let's see what we have for the depth here. The depth is 1/4 of the width. Okay, the depth is 1/4 of the width. So let's go to the extrusion tool. Extrude to 1/4 of the width. Let's extrude to 1/4 of the width. So this is going to be hashtag width. So here's the width. And 1/4 of that will be multiplied by 0.25. And that should be fine right there. And press OK. And there it is, a parametrically designed part number 2. And if I need to scale it up, all I do is I go over here and I right-click, Edit. Oh, I don't want that to be 4 inches. I want it to be half that size, 2 inches. And I say OK, and the whole thing shrinks. But everything's in proportion still. The hole's still dead center. The fillet is still the right size, the right proportion. And oh wait, I didn't mean 2 inches. I needed it to be not. It was 4 inches. Oh, the client called and they said they don't want it half size. They meant double size. Okay, well it was 4, so let's double it up to 8. Now the whole thing grows by a factor of 2, with all the proportions still in place. And so there it is, a parametrically designed part number 2. And we will continue to increase in complexity for at least a few more parts. Okay, great. That'll serve, and I will talk to you soon.